Hello, my friend. Welcome back to the studio, where we'll be talking about how to grow an audience if you've got 0 subscribers. And if you are new to the channel, I'll let you know that just 4 months ago, I also had 0 subscribers, and I've grown this channel to 6,700 in that short period of time. So in this episode, I'm going to talk about a few of the things that I've done, a couple of things that you can think about, and the first step that you can take in order to start moving and building up your channel. The reason I decided to do this was because the other day I was minding my own business. I was having a good old time, and I was going through my YouTube studio, looking through the comments and all that stuff. And then I came across one comment from one subscriber saying something along the lines of like, "Hey Mark, I've been following your channel for a while. It's been a few months now. I'm enjoying the philosophy of the content and all that stuff, but I'm getting a little bit bored." So I was like, thank you for the honesty. I appreciate that. I genuinely need that kind of honesty because it was kind honesty. He obviously felt that I wasn't giving him what he needed. So I said, well, what do you want? What do you need? What can I do for you? So he said, I need to know more about that first step, because there's a million ways that you can take that first step. And it's very hard to be confident that that first step is the right step to take. So that's what this episode's about. And for all of you older subscribers that have been around for a while, you probably noticed something's changed in here. I changed the angle. I changed the mic because I was also starting to feel a bit bored, starting to get a bit bored of my same setup that I had every single week. And I felt like I should just shift things up a little bit. I've got some other plans as well, boiling in the mind of what I want to do, but this is the first step. So let me know what you think of the angle of this mic. I've had this mic lying about for a long time. It's a Shure SM7B. It's the king of podcast mics, but I was using it for a while on my old channel, and it just felt like it was like too much, in the face, a little bit too hectic, but the sound out of this thing is magic. So I thought I'd test it out and let you guys decide what you think. If you think I should go with the labs that I had before, or start moving into the future with this guy. So anyway, thinking about that first step that you need to take to grow your audience. So when thinking about different types of creators, you can think about maybe 2 different types. And the first one I would call the gardener. And the gardener is the kind of creator that is more free flow, just expressing themselves creatively with no real plan, with no real strategy, and they plant seeds, they water them, they nurture that garden, and then over time, this beautiful garden can unravel. But they don't know what that garden's going to look like, really. They don't know if it's going to work, but they're just enjoying the process. And that is a creator that I really respond to. That's the kind of creator that I really connect to, because this has been me my whole life. That's how I approach my films. That's how I approach my documentaries. And that's just how I like to approach life in general. So I really connect with that style of creativity. So if that's you, keep doing your thing, and I'm sure it's going to flourish into something of beauty. And that was like in the early days of my filmmaking career. That's all I did. And eventually this turned into a 20-year-long filmmaking career. So it's a beautiful path. The second I would call the engineer. And the engineer is somebody who's got a plan in place, some sort of strategy, some sort of framework. They know if they kind of go down this path, it's more than likely going to grow the channel. They will get subscribers. They will be able to build a business. They will be able to do all that sort of stuff with it. So the second option is actually the approach that I've taken for this channel. I set this channel up with a strategy, with a plan, with a framework. So I wanted to build a business around it because I wanted this thing to be sustainable. I wanted to be able to turn up in the studio and create week after week and be able to serve my audience on the highest possible level, to be able to help. That was the plan for this channel. Like I said, either one works really beautifully. Just depends on which approach you want to take, who you are, where you are in your life, what your intention is, and what you actually need the channel to do for you. So this brings me to the actual first step. For me, the first step, I think it's good to actually be selfish and let go of the audience, let go of the offer, let go of all that sort of stuff, and just think about, what do you need this channel to do for you personally? And this is really important. I don't think many people actually think about this. And I don't think there's many teachers or guides or gurus out there that are actually kind of bringing this question up, because this is important, because like there needs to be a personal intention for your channel. And there could be many different reasons, but one of them may be you need to build a business around it. You want to create some sort of finances, some income, so that you can maybe break away from your 9-to-5 or break away from your freelance grind, whatever it is, and to create something which is more sustainable, to be able to create passive incomes and create courses and whatever it may be. So that's one option. Another option is just, like I said, just experimenting, playing. This is growing a YouTube channel is a really cool way to learn how to use cameras, to learn how to tell stories, to learn how to light, to learn how to talk to a camera. There's so many different skills that you can learn through creating a YouTube channel. So either of these options are really, valid, but it just depends what you want. So if you do want to build a business, if you do want to have something which is more sustainable, if you want to have a plan that sets you up so that over, maybe a 6-month period, you can start to create some income for yourself and maybe break away from, whatever it is that you're not really feeling at the moment. Maybe it's your 9 to 5, your freelancing job, and then be able to create something which is valuable, something that you can extract from yourself, some sort of value that you've acquired throughout your life, some skill, the transformations of problems that you've solved to be able to create frameworks and be able to help somebody else with your channel. And that's what I'm doing here. And that's really what I'm helping people with on this channel more specifically. I'm here to help any kind of creator, somebody that's also looking to just learn how to film and write stories and light and, just the whole aesthetic and all that sort of stuff. But because my channel that I'm building right now is more building out a business, I'm kind of like showing you what I'm doing along the way. So if you're looking to build a business, everything that I'm doing here is going to be super valuable because I'm doing it in real time. Like I said, I started this channel 4 months ago. It's grown to 6,500 subscribers. I've built an amazing community on School where I've got 800 subscribers in there, 800 members. And within the School community, that's where I'm able to do my business. That's where I'm able to work with people one-to-one through coaching. I'm going to have courses in there. I'm going to have programs in there and all that sort of stuff. So I'm basically, over the last sort of 12 to 24 months, I've been learning this whole strategy, this whole plan of actually how to actually turn your passion into some kind of business, some sort of like purpose-driven business, which is what I'm doing, and I'm trying to help people do the same. And I think the people that will most benefit from this channel is somebody that really feels like they have something really important to say, that you've actually lived a life and you see that there's some sort of value in you and you're not entirely sure how to actually express it. So what I want to do with this channel, what I'm doing with this channel is helping you extract the value from yourself, see your own value proposition, and to be able to extract that in a way, turn it into a story, turn it into a personal brand, build an online presence, and distribute that online to build an audience that you can actually help, that can get value from the life that you've walked. Because I genuinely see that we're all unique. Each and every one of us, we've all walked a totally unique path, unique to ourselves. And within that somewhere, there's some sort of value. There's something unique about all of us. And, I think it's such a beautiful thing to be able to extract that and to be able to find a way to really sort of like, get clear on that, get clear on what that value is. And again, create some sort of framework, some sort of intellectual property that's yours and yours only. And this will make you unique and one of one. And I heard an amazing, I listened to a podcast recently and it was Naval on the podcast. And he said something along the lines of like, the one way to escape competition is to be able to become, he said something along the lines of, 1 second, just recording. He said, if you want to escape competition, what is it? Okay, I got it up on my phone. So I thought instead of me trying to butcher the comment, I would get it up here.
Best way to escape competition, to get away from the specter of competition, which is not just stressful and nerve-wracking, but will often drive you to just the wrong answer. The way to escape competition is to just be authentic to yourself. If you are fundamentally building and marketing something that is just an extension of who you are, no one can compete with you on that.
That is banging. That is absolutely banging. That's pretty much the summary of everything that I'm doing here on this channel. And that makes so much sense to me because we all feel it, we all know it. The world is changing fast. AI is here. Technology is moved into a whole new stage. Just go on LinkedIn and just see how many people are desperately trying to find work. People that have been laid off and they just can't find any work anymore. So it's happening. And, I've been following a lot of AI podcasts and listening to a lot of experts kind of talking about it. And I just think it's important that we all wake up to the fact that things are shifting. And I genuinely believe that this is the most important time to build an online presence, to build a personal brand, to build an audience so that you can actually break away from this sort of scarcity that's starting to unravel in the world where our jobs are becoming more and more threatened. So if you can build your own audience and then if you can actually have something, if you can actually build some sort of product or service which is a direct expression of yourself and then your audience connects with that, you can create a business around that whole thing. And it's a magical thing. And this is something that I'm seeing firsthand with this channel. Like I said, I started it 4 months ago, and this channel is already it's already starting to change my life, which is kind of nuts. So it is exciting. It's an interesting time. It's an interesting time to be alive. There is a lot of opportunity. We just need to know where to find it. So I'll leave it there for today. And if that sounds like you, if that sounds like the kind of thing that you want to do, this is season 2, and I'm going to start unpacking the steps of actually how to make that happen. Like I said, I got a school community. Check it out, link in description. I'll see you in episode 2.